Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on Profiles in Eccentricity, we discovered the tale of Juan Pajol Garcia, a double agent who duped the Nazis with 27 fake spies he created, all reporting a mixture of truth and lies. On New Player Has Joined, Keith and Jesse discuss Grand Theft Auto 5 and continue to release daily updates from quarantine. On Y'all Ever, Dave Ross and Hampton Yount discuss the temptations of dating and breaking quarantine. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for a full list of our shows, with hosts including Quinta Brunson, Jackie Johnson, and many others. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show, and remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
Starburns Audio.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-hosts Arm and Dan. Benders, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey Townies, welcome to a Tiger King recap episode of Dumb People Town. Population you.
Population
Us. Yeah.
Joe.
This one's for the animals.
Ensemble.
This one's for the animals. So
You think somebody ever yelled that while shooting a gun off
Nope.
at the zoo?
this one's for the animals, and then Joe shot the horse. So we watched the this is interesting.
The Where Are They Now?
Yeah,
wrap
just
up.
sort of the recap.
Yeah.
It's that version of like after the Jersey Shore, they have like a reunion type of thing, but
they weren't in the
Dead
same
Tigers.
place. They weren't in the same place, and it wasn't combustible. They weren't.
So when
attacking each other.
I saw Joel McHale trending the other day on Twitter, and it was like, then I read through all of it, and people were giving him so much shit because they're like, he's making fun of these people. Well, no shit.
Right.
They are there to be made fun of. And by the way, he
I don't
wasn't
think he
going
was
in
making-
that hard.
No.
He was making great jokes.
Right, and it's ridiculous.
And he was, in my opinion, I'm watching that show going, how would we have done it differently if we were given the
Not
chance to do the
much.
show? Not much. He was so funny.
Yes.
He was fast.
Yes.
He did
They
it.
all deserved to be needled, at least needled for their participation.
He did an unbelievable interview with everybody. He managed to, he like vacillated back and forth between being serious, like talking about someone shooting themselves on camera,
Yeah.
to
his reactions were real.
his reactions were real, and then his jokes were amazing, and he made fun of himself. Dude, this is how you determine who's an asshole and who isn't.
Right.
If you had a problem with Joel McHale's hosting of that show,
You probably voted for Trump.
Yeah, we know you're an asshole.
If you have the energy to write negative stuff about Joel McHale and you're protecting these people, I'm just going to say this in the nicest possible terms.
Sure.
You need to die.
Yep.
Oh,
you need
come
to
on.
you need to
Fucking die.
from COVID-19, go for it. Or get your hand bitten off by a tiger.
Okay, so
Or get screwed over by these people and have your life
I know,
ruined.
then see how you feel.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody seemed to show regret, but that's fine and
And
good.
everyone
I'm
was
glad.
mad at
Nobody-
Jeff.
I mean,
Jeff
how many
didn't show
times?
regret.
How many
Jeff showed no regret.
Jeff showed no
Jeff
regret.
Lowe
Yeah,
showed
you're right.
zero regret.
Right.
And
Except for how he
Saf
regrets
showed
how
zero
they
regret.
portrayed him.
He regrets how, yeah.
This
Yeah.
is how you know Jeff Lowe's an asshole, because he showed zero regret over anything, over the animals, the way the animals were
Sure.
treated, anything.
Yeah. Well, that goes against his current business model.
His regret is that he didn't go after James Garrettson.
Who is like the only person we didn't hear from.
Yeah, we didn't hear from Garrettson, man. I guess he
I
was
was
too busy.
dying to see what his hair was looking like in this pandemic.
Oh, my
He was
God.
letting it
I
go.
know. He looked like
letting it
he's like the
fly.
third evil Gruden brother.
He's like Chucky if Chucky went off a diet.
He's
Yeah.
like if type 2 diabetes had legs.
And hair. So, but
And
okay,
a
a lot of
weird
people showed
warehouse.
regret. My thing about that, though, is like all these people, hey, they obviously realized that's great. And I'm happy for them that they came to that conclusion that
Right.
it was wrong what they were doing. My opinion of them is based off a literal documentation
That's right.
of them not having that regret, of the actions and things that they did do. That doesn't mean people can't change. And I hope to God that they did. But regardless, if you participated in what happened in that zoo, like you get shit on for that for a
Dan-
long time, if not ever.
Dan, I've done a lot of thinking about the Tiger King and about this situation. And really, it comes down to poverty and desperation. That's what it is.
Well, a lot of them didn't have anywhere else to go and couldn't get another job.
And neither
I
did
understand
Joe.
all
And,
that.
and this is my
But they could have been
argument.
heroes by turning
Right.
him in.
Right. But so what Joe and it's poverty, desperation plus stupidity.
Sure.
That is a perfect storm for what happened.
Sure.
You got this guy who's stupidity. I could take a bunch of tigers and turn it into a zoo and make some money. That's all he thought. He didn't plan ahead. He didn't say how much is it going to cost to keep a tiger alive. He didn't say, do I have enough space on my land to take these tigers on? And then all of a sudden it started costing money to keep these tigers alive. So
It's like a drug habit.
so it's a drug habit. So the only thing he could do was get more tigers. Get more tigers, breed the tigers, sell those tigers.
Sure.
So now he's making some money and he's got more tigers and the people can, they want to hold the tigers because they're real little. Okay, we can make some money off that and then we can give away the tigers and we breed some more tigers and make some more money off the tigers. And then we have a gift shop and people buy the stuff in the gift shop. And all that was to serve him so that he could make some money, serve the ego and then the stupidity. And then all of a sudden, he gets into a lawsuit with this woman.
Well,
and
the problem
you
is-
see that it's a house of cards. And as soon as he starts dipping to the poverty line in his whole life with the government run and with Carol Baskin stuff, then that's when he starts getting desperate.
So
and
the
crazy.
reason that Carol Baskin threatened his ability to continue to make money, because Carol Baskin's like, I'm gonna take away your ability.
zoo.
I'm gonna take away your zoo
Sure.
because what you're doing is wrong.
But what's insane and what a smart person would do would be like, oh my God, I'm in over my head. Okay.
Right,
Smart
right.
person. If Joe Exotic was an intelligent person, not even a woke person, intelligent person would be like, oh my God, I'm in over my head. So a jerk, an asshole would be like, let me sell this to another guy and get out while I still have some money.
Sure.
Okay. That's what an asshole does. A good person is like, holy crap, I made a mistake. I thought tigers were, it's like why people have kids and they're like, I just want a baby. Well, you know what? That baby turns into a teenager,
human being.
into an
Right.
adult, and that's a whole life. So he realized, oh my God, I didn't realize this was a lifelong commitment.
That's
I
right.
thought tigers die after 3 years. I don't know what his dumb mind thought.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like, oh shit, I have this situation on my hands right now. What I need to do is talk to an animal rights, whatever,
Right.
give all these tigers away, take the money I've made out of this thing and go away. But his ego, because he became the quote unquote Tiger King.
Right.
he
I mean,
didn't
ego
wanna
is
let that
that's
drop.
everything.
And by the way,
with him is
Rick Kirkham had a hand in that
Building the ego.
Oh,
because I'm
100%.
sure when
And Joel asked him about it.
and when Joe Exotic would go down to sleep at night, he'd say, "At least there are people interested in doing a show.
I got a
about
web
me."
show. I got a
Is-
TV
our
show.
Carol Baskin's doing her own show about herself, and
all those cool cats and kittens.
that's right. But at least there's a guy who wants to do a show about me. I'm going to be famous based on this show.
Yeah.
And so that fame stoked what Jay was talking about. So everybody had a part in this.
Sure.
And you look at Saf and you're like, Saf he's never going to stand up and say this is wrong.
He seems the most loyal to Joel. to Joe
Cowie
Exotic.
hated him, and Cowie is never going to stand. Cowie's the one who brought the Tigers over so that he could shoot him.
Yeah.
He's never going to stand up because Cowie's like, what else am I going to do?
Yeah, this is how I'm getting food and I
Right.
got a roof over my head. Otherwise, I'm going to die out in the cold.
What's the one guy's name? Eric? Is that his name? The first guy with the long blonde hair? Who was the first?
Eric
interview?
Cowie.
Cowie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's him.
Last
right?
name,
Yeah,
Cowie,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He talking about how they used me to help kill the time. Like, you did that.
You did,
man.
You could have
You're
said
not
no.
absolved of this just because you were told. This isn't A Few Good Men. I'm
You're-
like, who
by the way-
ordered the code red
Yeah,
here?
you're part of it. You're
Right.
part of it. I understand that you couldn't stand, and I wish he would have admitted, like, I'm a weak person. I should
There
have.
you
But
go.
that's who Joe
Man.
picked. Joe
I'm a sucker for vulnerability.
But Joe
That's
picked-
why
if
Joe.
you had
That's
seen
why
that-
Joe went to the
all
bus
these-
station and
got
I know,
these
you're right.
ex-cons
Yeah,
and
you're
got
right.
these
That's
people.
why
I
he's
understand
evil.
that they were all in a place, but decisions are still made. And trust me, I'm speaking as a person who's made the wrong decisions in my own life. I
Totally.
am no better. I'm better in these exact examples.
Dan, you have a moral compass, and these people do not, because a lot of them.
but maybe I
sadly-
have easier choices, but I've made bad choices too.
Dan,
but I have to live with those
Dan,
just like they do. That's all I'm trying to
First
say.
tiger that gets shot, if you're working on that
I
thing.
wouldn't even be there with the Tigers.
I'm just saying, first time. Let's say you get swindled all the way through that point.
I'd be departing that. I'd be Leo on the inside. You can break my hand and
That's
I'll
right.
still help you. Like,
I know.
Help you until I take down these Tigers. Get them out of there.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 8989 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 8989. Enjoy.
So, just seeing everybody like seeing Jeff Lowe, quote unquote, in on the joke and doing Joe Exotic impressions and stuff. That guy, in my opinion, hasn't paid enough. Like he's not
still
paid
living.
enough.
He's got to go to jail.
He's
got to go down and hard.
That was the most, I don't know if shocking's the right word, but the biggest oh shit moment
Picture
for
of the
me.
nanny?
The nanny was real. Come on, 100%. Did you guys think
smoking.
on some level that was a bot?
Real-
Like when he showed that in the documentary in episode 6 or 7, whatever that was, I was like, well, that's a fake person who's trying to swindle money out of people. That's like a Nigerian prince situation.
So, but
that
the-
woman was real, and she's there with their kid.
Well, the only reason that it's okay is that the wife, I think, is hooking up with her too.
I'm just amazed that woman was real.
I can't
that nanny
imagine.
was real.
I can't imagine.
Is real.
I can't imagine that's a good nanny. Just can't imagine
Because there's
that
too many like other things happening.
too focused
Guys,
on
she's really good with setting limits, and she endures through
She's
breakdowns.
bilingual.
There is
I'll give her
no.
that.
She
But-
lets a kid have the full meltdown and really experience
This is my
her
thing.
feelings.
We are judging a book by its cover, but sometimes you're right on about that book.
not a
My
good
thing
nanny.
is this:
Not a good nanny.
it is okay to look at something and say it's unlikely that X is true. I'm willing to be surprised.
Sure.
Maybe she, but
Door
I
is
just-
open.
Sure.
Door is open
Right,
to be
and-
surprised.
but
but
the
that's a
screen
bad
door
nanny.
is closed.
But that's a bad
The
nanny.
door is open, but the screen door is closed.
Screen door is closed.
And I'm just saying it is unlikely that there's a lot of like very professional early childhood development education going
Going on right there.
Right?
I mean,
Look, she
I would love to be
subscribes to
wrong.
the Rye method. She very much backs off and lets the kids work out their own
That's fine.
situation.
That's fine.
I would love
it
to be
is-
wrong.
That guy, in my opinion, needs to go down. It needs to go down
But
harder.
he's not gonna. For what?
He might. You
He
never know.
might.
There's still stuff out there. And I feel like Joe Exotic, once he realizes
Mm-hmm.
he's not making it out there alive. That was a really interesting thing that Josh Dow said. Is like, he ain't going to make it out
just
alive.
Getting the Montessori method. From
Oh,
that.
Rick Kirkham said that.
Rick Kirkham said he's not going to make it out alive. And that's the truth. He's not going to make it out of that cell alive.
And that's Jen Kirkman's dad?
Kirkham.
Oh, sorry.
And one of the things that I think he's going to do when he realizes that it's over for him in
Who?
there
Joe?
is he's going to offer up
You don't think he's already offered up?
I think he's
That's
offering
another
up
opportunity for him to be the star.
whatever real information he has on Jeff Lowe.
Or fake information. You think
Jeff-
you think the real thing would hold
Well,
him
they'll
back?
have to prove it.
Jeff Lowe's going down, in my opinion. He's a really bad dude, and he's going down.
Do you think Jeff?
How come they couldn't get Doc Antle on here?
How good do you think Jeff Lowe thinks he is at poker?
Jeff Lowe thinks he's great at poker.
Jeff Lowe loves calamari.
He loves calamari.
Fried only though.
Always orders
Marinara,
calamari.
extra marinara,
Yep.
fried. He loves to tell you the
Yep.
best place to get calamari
He
in
loves
Oklahoma.
that. He always orders Long Island iced teas, but he just calls them one of them whiskey iced teas.
He doesn't have to get patted down when he goes to a strip club in Vegas.
He wears American flag underwear all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
All
Old
the time.
Old Glory.
And he knows his bandana size.
You know, that's right.
Is there only one side?
Yes, of course.
Jeff
that's-
Lowe with the bandana on looks, I'm not joking, 25 years younger than he looks, and with the than he is, and with the bandana on, he looks 62.
He looks
Agreed.
stupid. Wait,
with it all.
Do you think he was angling for the Affliction sponsorship and to get
yeah.
a bunch of merch sent to
straight
him
up.
from
He's
Affliction?
How many
gotta be a
Affliction
brand
t-shirts you have?
ambassador.
60 or 70.
Dan, here's the crazy part, and this is what's insane. I don't know if this is sad or positive, whatever.
Okay.
I do think these people, I know they're all on Cameo. I know they're.
Yeah, I know.
I'm certain.
Rick Kirkham can walk around and do and get. I'm sure someone has got him as an agent, has an agent, and he will go around and he could speak everywhere. And
Not
there
now,
aren't
not now.
gatherings
But I was
going.
wondering that too.
But
like-
cameos, Dan. Cameos, people just pay. We're on Cameo,
We're on
guys.
Cameo.
We're on Cameo. If anyone wants to book us,
Message
we're on
from us.
Cameo. No, but like these guys are on Cameo. Like if they get 1,000 requests at $50 request or $150 a request, there's a very good chance that in the course of a week or two, they could. Or
but it'll all be done in a month.
it will
right?
be done in a month, but. Some of these people who've never had a pot to piss in,
Maybe they can pay
are-
their debt off.
like Jeff-
or
like
donate it all to some tiger.
Eric Cowie
rescues.
should use it to get himself some teeth and get out of his
or
situation.
just get a house, or just
I
be.
don't think, in the words of Eric Cowie, I don't think he gives a fuck.
He doesn't, but if you don't want questions about you doing meth, get some fucking
Now,
teeth.
let me ask you this before we get out of here. We didn't hear from Prince Charles. We didn't hear from Doc Antle. We didn't hear from that
Carol
cool cat and
Baskin.
kitten, Carol Baskin.
And we didn't hear
Do
from
you
Don
think-
Lewis.
We didn't. Nobody's heard from Don.
arrested.
Now, here's my question. We didn't hear from the hitman guy who.
Did no?
Yeah, he's
old
scary.
bathtub gin.
Yeah, bathtub.
Alan.
Yeah, bathtub Alan. Here's my question. Do you think they turned it down, or are we going to get another follow-up
I
episode?
guarantee you they turned it down.
You don't think Doc Antle wants to talk?
I
No,
don't.
Doc
Doc
Antle-
Antle loves to talk. You know how many more women he could get just off another
Doc
appearance?
Antle would-
Doc Antle is like a lot of the corner of the rug has been pulled up on Doc Antle, and he's like, if I can keep this rug down,
I can
keep-
maybe lure a few more women out here.
That's what
Because
he's
he's
thinking.
essential business in
Yeah.
Florida, right?
He's
He is.
like, if
if
I
WWE is, he is.
If
Yeah.
he's like, if I get out there more and there's more to expose, or I say this thing or that,
Then
thing,
I'm screwed.
Then I'm screwed.
What
He
about
knows-
Carol?
Carol, I
she
think
wants. She saw how much the light got
Carol-
pointed at her and
by
what
the
she
way,
did to her husband. She
Carol
out.
is the winner of this documentary. Now, I still think she's a terrible human being. She is the winner of this documentary. Why?
Yeah.
Because she is painted as one of the animal rights activists. Even though her zoo of her stuff is, she makes money off of it too.
Right,
she
right,
says it's
right.
not for profit.
well,
but like,
she says it's to pay for the cats and to give
and
them what they
she
need.
is,
kittens.
and she is she's not this other than the fact that she probably killed her husband.
Right.
She
Other than
is
that.
without reproach on other things.
I just stomped on his neck twice.
Stomped on his neck twice. I just pushed him out of a Cessna plane. I just drove his car
over the
to
Gulf of
thing.
Mexico.
And I don't know if I said this. If I did, I'll say it again. American Butcher on Instagram sent us video of the same exact meat grinder Carol has, and you
Yep.
could definitely put a person.
You could
in
put a
there.
person in
You
there.
can find him at American Butcher if you want to ask him
Oh,
yourself.
and order his beef sticks. I
Oh
had
my
a piece
God.
of
Order his
They're
Don Lewis jerky. It's unbelievable.
No, his food is legit.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
All right, that's it, guys.
Yeah, that's
Listen,
it. And
I
then-
hope there's no more.
I hope so too.
I can't go back
That
down
should
this
wrap it up for us. We don't have to go back into this dark cave and then try and find our way out into the light that is other Dumb People Town stuff.
Thanks to everyone who watched along with us. Thanks to everyone who's been following this thing. Please go ahead and subscribe and listen to our daily podcast.
Scalabra Country, the Virus Edition, and then listen to Dan's Nightly podcast.
I've been listening to Dan's Nightly podcast.
The
I
Good
love it
Night
so
Show.
much.
I
You
love
and
it
Noah.
so
It's-
much.
It's so good. I love how you
thanks.
relate to Noah. I love when you talk about simple things like whiskeys, and I like all of it. So it's my morning listen. But if you want to listen to it as you go to bed at night, Dan, Randy, and I work super hard on all these podcasts
We do.
to give you guys as much content.
break.
And give you guys a break from this awful COVID. It gives us a break to do it, but it also, our hope is that we entertain you a little bit more every single day. So it means the world to us if you subscribe to those things and you rate and review them. It helps us. And Randy and I started a YouTube page that we'd love everyone to come
I
on.
can't wait. for
If you go to
people
our
see what you guys
Instagram
put there.
at Sklar Brothers, there's a link in our bio, and just subscribe
to that and look at those clips. We're going to put all Cheap Seats clips on there.
gonna be a blast.
If you want a place and a haven to go back to old weird sports and Beamy and all the fun stuff, that's
Do it
Cheap
there.
Seats.
All right, we love you guys, and oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Fuck the feds.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
Starburns Audio.
A podcast network.